Now, a lot of people are going to claim that Tucker Carlson, say, is racist because he believes in some stuff that racists tend to believe in too, I guess. He has similar talking points, such as diversity isn't our strength, and of course, his actual arguments in favor of that are not race-based. Same thing for his replacement theory. I disagree with it vehemently. I think immigrants should all be allowed in because there's, to me, no such thing as trespassing public property, such as a country. I think that's an oxymoron, and well, I think these people are probably running from the drug cartels. They should get to also live the American dream, whether you are born in a different place in the world, or whether that was your ancestors. Say for black people in Africa, whether you were born somewhere else on the world, your ancestors were, I think. You have no more control over either one more than the other. However, immigrant isn't a race. For example, I'm an immigrant, I'm white. So this whole premise that all immigrants are not only black but Jewish is people who were comparing this thing to Charlottesville, Tucker Carlson's theory to Charlottesville. Well, they will have to prove to me that that not only am I black, but I'm also Jewish, because apparently the people in Charlottesville were screaming, Jews should not replace us. So clearly it's a different theory that goes by the same name. Since Biden's amnesty bill, which is actually what Tucker Carlson's great replacement theory is based on, it's based on the amnesty bill of 2021, which happened after Charlottesville. Which Charlottesville happened under Trump, when Biden wasn't even president. So, yeah, that sort of refutes the whole thing of Tucker is racist for the great replacement theory. It's actually not the same theory. It's based on events that happened after Charlottesville, hence it being a different theory by definition. Now, other than that, people will just say, oh, well, he's racist. And I would say, Dan Bongino, another Fox host, probably believes about everything that Tucker Carlson spouts. Now, the point of saying that isn't to tell you, oh, well, you see, you got a black person saying it. Like look at Kanye. He's black and he's pouting out Nick Fuentes' talking points. Well, look at that. Nick Fuentes must not be racist, even though he says on his show black people are stupid all the time. I've reacted to clips of him saying that. That's very different because Kanye is a mental patient. He's saying that because he's having a bipolar episode and he's not on his meds. Now, why would Dan Bongino say things that the Democratic Party might say are just racist? If they're gonna say that of Tucker Carlson, if Dan Bongino was white, they would accuse him of being racist. He goes even harder after Black Lives Matter for being a racist terrorist organization than Tucker does. So the question here is, if you're gonna claim that what Tucker Carlson is saying is just not true and he's saying it because he's a white supremacist, well, let's just argue for the sake of argument. Let's just let's just suppose that everything Tucker says is wrong and everything Dan Bongino says is wrong. What's the difference? Like, we're not asking you, do you think Dan Bongino hates his own race? Just to get a gotcha of, well, we found a black person who can say this. No, we're asking you to ask yourself, why? Why would a black person like Dan Bongino say this? If you think it is racist, let's just assume for the sake of argument that what they're saying is actually racist, just to humor your argument. Let's just assume that what Tucker and Dan Bongino both say that their talking points are implicitly racist. Well, your argument, I guess, is that one of them is just ignorant and the other one is racist, because one of them is black and one of them is white. And the thing with, hey, some of them are black, the whole point of bringing that up is to make you think to yourself either, well, hey, is this really racist? Or secondly, well, hey, if we're definitely going to assume that one is just ignorant, doesn't just vehemently hate his own race, why can't we just assume both are ignorant? Why the double standard? Why do we go after Tucker Carlson so much for being a racist? would love to hear people like the Humanist Report answer that question.